Hello, lovely, and welcome to today's reading. I've missed you. I know it's only been a week. I see you guys every week, but I'm always so excited each week trying to figure out what topic to do next and just getting excited to connect with you all again. And the connection's getting stronger and stronger each week. Like, we are nearly to 500 subscribers in our community over here, and the conversations I'm having with people are getting deeper. Like, I feel like I'm really creating legitimate friendships through this channel, through our channel, as I'm going to refer to it from now on. I want to welcome you if you're new here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and for coming, and I hope that after your reading you will feel encouraged to subscribe. Let's get into today's video topic. So I haven't done a love reading in a while, and you know what? I'm not big on love readings as far as doing them like over and over again or very often. I feel like a lot of YouTubers that do tarot kind of already own that space. There's lots of tarot readers that every week that's what they're doing. Love videos and love readings. And while I do think that love is an extremely important part of our journey here on earth, connecting with a soulmate or just developing very deep one-on-one relationships, I don't think it's the end all be all. And I don't feel that we can really find true love until we found ourselves. We can definitely fall in love before finding ourselves, but as far as making it last, keeping it structured and balanced and full of peace, we really have to go into that journey of who are we, what are our wounds, what needs to be healed, bringing the shadow to the light. And that's what a lot of my videos focus around. So I guess I do the video topics I do in the hopes that through a discovery of your own self, you will inevitably be able to come into contact with healthy relationships filled with love. But that's not usually where I start. Today's going to be different because, like I said, it's been a while since I've done a love reading, and I want you all, especially those of you who are single, to be able to get a peek into your future, kind of see what God's spirit source is trying to bring towards you. What is your next relationship going to be? What will this person be like? What do you need to know before this relationship comes into your life? Are there any blockages, things you need to heal or work through before coming into union? So I do think that this will be useful for those of you who are looking forward to no longer being single and finding out what's to come in your future. I've done 4 piles today, which I will flash here in just a bit for you all to choose. I'm really excited to get into this reading with you, and I look forward to seeing you at your pile. Love you all so much. See you there. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading. I did forget to mention at the start of my video, so I'll mention it here in the piles, that I do have my little antique pouch with me. There's another video or two that I've done on love where I have used this. This was my mom, so it's from the 70s, and her and my dad met in high school, and they wrote a lot of notes back and forth to one another, and they were stored here in this pouch. So she gave it to me to keep just as a keepsake, and I cut up like a lot of little love messages. And so I'll pull these out at the end of your reading. It should give you an idea of kind of how this significant other feels about you, what they like about you, things like that. So we'll do that at the end of today's reading. Let's start with your topper. So you all chose the apple blossom, very sweet flower. It says here, choices, knowledge, and illumination. The quote says, "White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility." Beautiful. So this is giving me like a Gemini sort of energy, and I'm actually being brought to the Garden of Eden, which is a biblical story. But in that story, the apple represents knowledge, unknown truths that God holds, that when Adam and Eve bite into the apple through their temptation to gather this knowledge, they are now awakened to. So there's something here going on with choices, knowledge, and temptation, but there's also a very curious energy here. I think that's what's pulling me towards that Gemini sort of energy, but we'll see how that ties into the rest of the reading. There's also a feeling of innocence here as well, you know, because Adam and Eve were very innocent before they bit into that apple. Very interesting themes. Let me start with the die that I have here. I'll roll that out and get an energy feel for the reading, and then we'll start uncovering some cards. All the cards that I chose today are from decks that I specifically purchased for love reading. So lots of really great love decks here. Okay. All right. So we have numbers 1, 5, and 6 here on the numbered die, the first house here on the astrological, and then 5 and 6, as well as Jupiter in Scorpio. Wow. So Scorpio is actually a sign that is about like a deep, deep intimacy with another person. It doesn't rule the 7th house of marriage. The 7th house of marriage is ruled by Libra, which is about kind of contracts and balance and harmony. Scorpio is about something deeper than that. Scorpio is about exposing our most vulnerable parts to another person, like truly sharing ourselves with someone fully, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. It's also about secrets as well. And Jupiter, which came up in the die, actually represents husband for a woman in her natal chart. You can look at a woman's natal chart or someone who identifies as female or more feminine, and where her Jupiter, his, her, or their Jupiter is, that's going to tell you kind of what their spouse is going to be. So this could, your next relationship actually could be about becoming a spouse yourself if you're a male, and that's what that Jupiter's representing for you, or meeting a spouse. And with Scorpio there as well, I'm getting like something more long-term, or at least something very intense. And with the first house and the 5th house and the 6th house, this is meant to be almost a relationship where you discover more about your own self through this person, as well as a very intense romantic connection, because 5th house is about romance. It could, 5th house is also about children. So your next relationship could be with someone who has children, someone who's going to have a great connection with your children, or someone you're meant to have children with. 6th house is about day-to-day work, and even like our employees. So this could be someone that you meet through work. If not, then this is a relationship that really increases and expands your day-to-day responsibilities, your work life, or I don't know, it's like the coming together of the two of you somehow increases your schedule. Okay. And we'll see, I guess, as we get into the cards. But this is interesting. I'm getting a few other messages, but I want to get into the rest of the cards before I say anything else. So let's flip over. Let's do the tarot first. Okay. All right. So this is from my Love Tarot deck, and we have the Judgment card. And then from my standard tarot, we have the Moon. This is Pisces energy. We have 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and Page of Cups. This is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I did forget to mention this is Leo energy here, and this is Capricorn energy here. All right, so for a lot of you, your next relationship is going to come after you ending a previous relationship. Maybe you're in that ending phase now. Yeah, it feels like for those of you that this applies, the storyline I'm kind of talking about. I feel like you were in something toxic for a long amount of time, and you made the judgment call to pull yourself out of it and be like, no more of this nonsense. I'm not doing this anymore. For others of you that aren't tied up in relationship stuff, then this judgment call that you make, it could be like finally leaving your job that you've been at for a long time that you were just sick and tired of, or moving to a new location after thinking about it for a long time. Whatever this judgment call is that you'll be making, it has to do with something that's been on your mind for many years that you've been postponing or thinking about or dreaming about but haven't acted upon. Okay, this isn't something new that comes in. This is something that's been in your mind for a while. And I do feel like for some of you, this could be talking about divorce, for example. For others of you, this could be talking about depression, mental health issues that have been postponed for a long time, and you're like, enough is enough, I'm dealing with this. It could even be like addiction, or I don't know, just like there's a darker energy here that you're going to be fighting through. You're going to be making the choice to like fight through this. So it's almost like you're going to be on a journey of self-discovery when you come into contact with this person. But it's not until after you finally make that judgment call and say, you know what, I've been putting this off for a long time. I've been wanting to do this, but I haven't. I'm doing it today. And that's when it's going to happen. And I do see that there could be issues around resources when you come into contact with this person. Maybe you are fighting with someone else over custody, financial issues. If you're not fighting with someone else, like these two cards kind of talk about, it could be an internal thing where, it's like you're trying to make your dreams a reality, but there's a lot of things to kind of manage. Okay. You feel like you're going to be in a very serious sort of energy, a more psychological, transformative sort of energy when you meet this person. Now, this Page of Cups for some of you could represent a child that you have, a young child that you have when you meet this person. For those of you who don't have children, then this is just wanting to talk about the person you're coming into contact with. I do feel that they will be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That could be in their sun, their moon, or their rising in either tropical astrology or sidereal. Okay. This person has an innocence about them. They could also be Gemini, because I did get that from that top card. And of course, Scorpio came up in the die, so that could be confirming this as well. But they have an innocence about them, a youthfulness about them. They could literally be a bit younger than you. If it's not age, then it could be that they've just lived a little less than you. Maybe you've had long-term relationships or children, or, and maybe they, haven't had any of that. Maybe you're going to be their first serious relationship. There's something there where it's almost like you view them as someone who's still very pure, very innocent, very childlike in a way. They just feel so fresh. And that feels so good after everything you've been through, because they're the type of person that really knows how to play and have fun and kind of laugh and be romantic and pull you out of this sort of heavier energy that you've been in. So it's going to feel very refreshing, very nice. Let's start flipping over some of the other cards, and maybe I can see how perhaps you're going to come into contact with this person. Okay, so, oh yes, we have the Rainbow Reviver from my True Love deck. This literally speaks about everything I've already been saying here. The Rainbow Reviver is about reminding ourselves to look at the bright side of life, to help kind of breathe life back into our own selves, bring those rainbows back. Because, a rainbow comes at the end of a storm. And it feels like you're going to meet this person after some sort of storm that you've been through. And this person is going to be like the rainbow. So it will definitely be, you'll meet this person under circumstances where once you meet them, you're going to know, wow, if I hadn't just gone through X, Y, or Z, I wouldn't have met this person. So something in regards to the darkness that you're going through is what leads you and connects you to this person. And it helps become that sort of confirmation, I guess, that this other stuff needed to happen, because I literally wouldn't have met this person otherwise. But yeah, the significant other is going to feel like that rainbow at the end of the storm, and remind you that, life has cycles. There's always a winter season, but there's inevitably always a spring and summer season as well. And this person seems to live by that mentality as well. They're very uplifting and very positive and lighthearted. Oh, wow. Okay. From the archetype deck, we have the Prince, and it says romantic charm and potential for power. So remember, number 5 came up here in the die, and 5th house is about romance. It's about the inner child as well. And that feels like this person definitely has a strong Leo sort of placement in their chart. Maybe their Venus is in Leo, for example, because they like romance. They like, surprise gifts and romantic dates and all that sort of stuff. So this person definitely feels like a very charming sort of person who pursues you and knows how to make you laugh and have fun, which is just so fantastic and so what you have needed after kind of what you've been through. Okay, we have Casanova. And on the bottom of this card, it says, be the flame, not the moth. Always be a free agent. Promise fidelity to all. And it's not destiny, it's opportunity. So yeah, this judgment call is going to come once you decide to start embracing this Casanova energy on the card. Be the flame, not the moth. There's going to be something in your life where you feel like, why am I always the moth after this flame? whether it be trying to get that approval from your boss or from family, or I don't know, like trying to prove something, or it could even have to do, like I said, with mental health. It could have to do with a romantic situation where it's like, I'm always chasing this person, they're never chasing me. You know what? That ends today. I am now the flame, I'm no longer the moth. And then it's like you force yourself into this new energy. And that's when you meet this amazing person who's going to awaken you to, it's almost like after meeting this person, you're going to realize, oh, I didn't really know what being in love was like before. Or I don't think I really knew how refreshing this was supposed to feel. Like it feels like this person's actually breathing life into me instead of draining me of my life force. You're just going to realize a lot of things. And you're going to be teaching this person a lot about love as well, because they do have this sort of younger vibe to them. They haven't lived through as much. They're not, but the great thing about that is they don't feel like damaged in any way. They feel very much like, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. This person may have grown up quite pampered. They could be the youngest sibling of their siblings or in their family. Yeah, their family, maybe their parents are still married. Something about them feels a bit pampered. But that's what makes them so perfect for you. They're not damaged. Their heart's not closed off. They haven't been through a lot of pain in their life. So they're fully available to just give you all the love that you need. Okay, let's look at the top row of cards here. Wow, we have North Node. It says Destiny. And that's 2 cards now that say Destiny, because the Casanova card did as well. Wow. Okay, we have Retreat. Ooh, Passion. And Small Child. Yeah, you're going to have kids with this person. Or if you already have kids, it could be that this person's really going to step in and be an additional parent for your child, really have a lot of love for your child. But for a lot of you, I feel like you are meant to have children with this, in this next relationship with this next person that you meet. Now, the North Node Destiny card, it says soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, fruition, North Star, process, development, blossoming, becoming, integrity, and journey. The North Node in our chart talks about an area of our chart that our soul's not really familiar with, but there's something that kind of pulls us towards it. We're intrigued by it. We want to know more about it. It's not in our comfort zone. It's not something we feel equipped to handle, but something in us is like, I need to experience that part of life. And that's what this relationship's going to be for you. Your North Node could be in Scorpio, or it could be in the 8th house, for example. Deep, deep intimacy is not something familiar to you, especially being on the receiving end of that intimacy. Feels like you've been very used to living in a world where people are very much blocked off and contained, closed hearts, closed heart chakra. This relationship is going to be, something that like you've never experienced before, but it's going to feel very fulfilling and nurturing to your soul, which is what the North Node represents. It's like, here's what you need to experience in your life in order to feel fulfilled, which is so important. And for you, it is this deep intimacy with this other person. Okay, the Retreat card says it's time to disconnect from the world. And the Passion card says allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Very intense cards. The couple on this card look like they just got married. So they could have eloped. Maybe they're on their honeymoon. Who knows? But it's just them. It's just the 2 of them. Same with this Passion card. So there is something, for some of you, this relationship could be something that you want to hide or conceal from others. Not sure why, because I think for each of you, it's going to be a bit different. You may be second guessing yourself at the start of this, or think, oh, people are going to think I'm so silly. I've never dated someone like this. They're going to question it. Whew. For some of you, it could be a bit darker and heavier than that, but there's something here that's making you want to conceal this for quite some time. Like until you know it's a for sure thing. You don't really want other people's input on this. You really want to keep this relationship between you and this other person. But that's also significant because I feel like this will be the first relationship in which you have done that. In past relationships, I think you really cared about, well, how does the relationship look to the outside world? Does my family like this person? Do my friends? That seemed to be like important. Whereas with this one, it's like, you know what? I don't even care. In fact, this relationship can stay a secret because I don't want anyone's input. I don't want there to be anything that could ruin this. So I'm just keeping it to myself. Now, eventually, of course, you'll have to move out of that phase. Obviously, this person's going to want to meet your friends and family, but there's something very protective here. And I feel like the both of you will be quite protective of one another, emotionally and mentally and physically. And yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's go ahead and pull some of my little notes. I want to see what wants to come out for you, and we'll end it there. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we have. Interesting. Okay, so this one says, we are so much alike. And these other two are talking about getting to know you. This first one says, I don't know you yet. And the second one says, I need to get to know you better. So this is not someone that you've been with before. So for those of you who have been second guessing, am I going to end up back with this ex? Should I go back with this person? Let that be confirmation that this next relationship is going to be with someone that you don't know. Okay, this is someone brand new that you haven't dated before or been with before. But you two are going to, at least this person's going to feel like he or she has a lot in common with you. Now, I did mention with the sixth house energy, this could be talking about work. So perhaps you all share a common hobby or work in a similar industry. But you are only going to meet this person once you, like I said, make this judgment call about something in your life and really uproot yourself and plant yourself somewhere new. Go on this journey, like what the moon talks about, where you're really cleansing your energies and you are planting yourself where you know you are meant to be. That's when you are going to meet this person. And this person's going to be very curious about you. You're going to feel guarded at the beginning of all of this. You're going to be guarded, I think, because of, I don't know, something that you went through that made you not quite trusting, not ready to just jump all the way in. And this person's going to be insanely curious about you and just keep pressing you and pressing you, question after question. They're just going to take a deep interest in you. And finally, you're going to be like, okay, fine, I'll let you know. You want to know about me? Here's who I am. Here's what I'm like. And just a very sweet, very flirty energy. And you deserve to have this sort of passion back in your life, because I see that it's coming after a dark period for you. So keep your head held high, okay? Do what you need to do. Make those judgment calls. You already know what I'm talking about, but just do it. Stop holding back. You deserve it. You deserve a fresh start. You deserve that innocence back into your heart and in your life. You've seen a lot. You've been through a lot. It's time to start fresh with this new person, this young, childlike, innocent, lighthearted, curious, fun sort of energy. This person's going to be a blast, okay? I guarantee you of that. So best of luck to you. Comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. Remember, this isn't someone you've met before. This will be someone new. I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to get into this and see what your next relationship's going to look like. Forgot to mention this at the beginning of my video, so I'm mentioning it here at the piles. I do have my little romantic pouch with me. I've used this in a couple of other love readings before. This pouch is vintage. It's my mother's from the 70s. She and my dad met in high school, and they would write a lot of notes back and forth to one another, and she had them stored in this pouch. So she gave it to me, but I have clipped out my own little like love messages in here, and I'll pull some out at the end for you. It will give you an idea of what this other person is going to think about you, okay? So we'll do that at the end. Let's start with your card topper. You chose the beautiful Amaryllis, deep red, very pretty. And it says determination and creative achievement. The quote is by Maya Angelou, and it says, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. So this sounds quite passionate and creative, getting Leo vibes from this, a very sort of fiery energy here. We'll see how that plays in with the rest of the reading. It feels very seductive as well. So this person could be like insanely good looking that you are meant to be with. Let me roll the astrological die as well as just my standard die. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got Leo. Yes, we did. in the 6th house. Ooh, and we have the South Node as well. So South Node in Leo in the 6th house. And then on my standard die, we have the 4th house and the 6th house. So 6 came up twice. Okay, so South Node is about our past lives, something that's familiar to us, things from our past. So this feels like for some of you, this could be a reconnection with an ex or a revival of a current relationship, something you've been in for a while. Or this could be someone that you didn't date in your past, but you know them from your past. Maybe someone from high school, especially with 4th house there. This could be someone that you meet through a sibling, for example, or through a family member, like someone who's already connected in your circle group or from your childhood or high school type of thing, okay, that's going to come back in. 6th house is also about like work life and day-to-day responsibilities. So for some of you, this could be someone who you work for or you work with. It could be someone like in the health field, like a doctor or something. But I'll expand more on that as we get into the rest of the cards. So let's start with the tarot, and then we'll do the oracles. And I pulled all my decks that I use for love readings. So these are all very specific to love life, relationships, okay? So we should get a lot of accurate imagery and messages here. But okay, let's start with the tarot. Okay, so from my love tarot, you will have the Queen of Cups. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It could represent you. But, you know, Queen of Cups, this is someone who is extremely emotionally awakened and emotionally connected. So this feels very intense. Once again, this feels very intense. And I'm getting mom vibes through some of this as well. So with that 4th house, this could be someone that you meet through mom, or that mom is like always wanted to set you up with this person, or always thought you'd be great with this person. Interesting. Comment below if that resonates. But okay, let's get into the rest of the cards. Okay, we have the Empress, more mom energy. Maybe you're the mom. But this is Venus energy, Libra, Taurus, 3 of Wands. Oh, wow. The Fool. And Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Your next relationship is really for you. It's almost like, it's interesting because I have all these Leo sort of vibes, which is about passion and romance. But it feels like for you, your next relationship is about really being done with playing around. You're like, no, I'm really ready for something serious. I want something that I know will be long lasting, will provide me with what I need financially, financially as well as emotionally. You're really looking for a relationship to provide you with what you need, and you're done kind of messing around. And it feels like this is something you've been trying to manifest for a while. I feel like you've really worked hard to like release all the baggage from the past. You have cleansed yourself. You are a brand new person, and now you're going, it's almost like you're smart enough now to like know what red flags to look for. You know where you want to head. You don't want to play any games. Interesting. I like it. You feel like a badass here, which I think is exactly how we should all feel when going into a new relationship. There's no damage here. You feel very put together, and you feel very serious about what it is you are looking for and what you want in a person and with another person. For some of you, this is going to come after a relationship that was really dead, like way dead. There was no romance, there was no chemistry, there was no passion, and you finally decided to cut your losses. And it's almost like now you know what you want romantically, sexually, like you know what you need in order to sustain yourself, and that's what you are now demanding from a partner. So it's like you are smart, you know exactly what you're looking for. Let's flip over some of the other cards and see, kind of, maybe we can find out more about this person and their energy. Okay, yeah, look at that. We have the maturity card from the True Love deck. Yeah, you feel very mature. Then we have the Good Samaritan. And the Samaritan card says, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So yeah, this feels like a setup. You're going to be set up with this person somehow through somebody else. And it's almost like this will be during a period in your life where you're very focused on like your own self and your own needs. You're going to be working on career or your own studies or just like doing your own thing. But it feels like someone, a mom or a dad, because it could be dad here, or someone from your past, is going to really want to set you up with this person. This Knight of Pentacles, this could be their energy. So like this sort of earthier energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I still get a lot of fire and passion though from this person as well. But this could be a person who works, again, I mentioned the health field earlier. They could work in the health field or in finance. They definitely feel grounded and rooted. This is the type of person that it doesn't feel like they stray far from home. Like wherever they were born and wherever they were raised, they feel like a person who's been very content with where they're at, where they live, their community, whatever. You feel like more of the adventurer that's kind of like lived life and knows what they want. This person feels very grounded and rooted in their beginnings. So they may have not left far from home. They feel very connected to family and their community. But yeah, someone with that Samaritan card, someone's going to set you up with this person. So like a blind date or a suggestion, like, hey, have you thought about going out with this person? I think you guys would go really well together. Something like that, okay? All right, we have Bianca Del Rio, as well as the third house, and it says perception. The third house is about our community and our neighborhood as well. Okay, Bianca Del Rio. It says a unicorn is a horse with extra potential. True love is clearly illegal in most states, and everyone needs that special someone who can stroke your hair while you cough with your head in the toilet. Oh, okay. The third house, perception, says speech, thoughts, social media, dating, siblings, research, street life, discussions, surroundings, and sociability. Okay, so for some of you, you could be in a like a same-sex sort of relationship. That could be what is being touched upon with the unicorn and true love being illegal in most states. Um, there's someone in this relationship feels very kind of passionate and fiery, and the other one feels very grounded and mature. And I think it's going to be different for each one of you. So it depends on kind of which one you identify with. But the first phrase, a unicorn is a horse with extra potential. We have a horse here as well. And this feels like your partner's energy, your future partner. And that resonates with this is going to be someone who, like I said, hasn't really left far from where they were born. And I think earlier in your life, you would have looked at that as really boring and dull and kind of, no, I'm not interested. But when this friend or family member decides to set you up with this person now, which again, this is someone you know of, okay? You're going to think about it differently. You're going to think about it like in that Bianca Del Rio card. This person's going to seem like as stable as a horse, but you're all of a sudden going to view that stability as something quite magical. Something that's like, yeah, that's exactly the potion that I need. Like, why have I not looked at it this way before? This is giving me so much more magic and fun and excitement than I ever had with those sort of crazy out there relationships. Okay. That's how you're viewing it through new eyes. Your perception has changed, like in the third house. Your perception and your tastes have changed over the years. And nothing is going to be more, no relationship's going to be more different or more in contrast to your previous relationships than your relationship with this person. And I do feel he or she will have darker hair, brown eyes. I don't know, they have like a warmth about them. Their energy feels very warm and comforting. They could even have some curl or wave to their hair, I feel. But definitely like warm tones in their skin and their eyes. I don't know, they just have this aura of warmth and stability about them that's going to be very nice, very grounding, very sweet. I really like it. Okay, let's look at the last row of cards here. We have the Good Lady. Okay, Mom is showing up all over this deck, can I just say? We've got the Empress, the Queen of Cups, the Good Lady. We have another 6 here as well. Interesting. 3 sixes. This will be a setup. Maybe for some of you, this could be through a boss or a coworker that is an older female that's going to set this up, okay? Interesting. But yeah, this will be a setup for sure. So go for it, okay? Don't turn it down. You're going to like this, I promise. Go for all the blind dates, all the party invites, okay? Everything you get over the next few months, say yes to it all because in one of these, that's where you're going to meet your person. Okay, this card says, you deserve love, and it says you are lovable. Then we have free yourself. It says it's time to take control of your life back. Holy crap. Look at that. There's a unicorn there. there is a unicorn. And we had a horse here. And then we have the quote on this card that says, a unicorn is a horse with extra potential. So perhaps your partner, this person, is this sort of horse, and you're this sort of magical, passionate, creative unicorn. And maybe you've been chasing around other unicorns your whole life and finally realizing, you know what? I want to be the one that feels special and uplifted in the relationship. I don't want to be with another unicorn. I want to be with a horse, and I want to get to stand out and be that beautiful, magical unicorn for them. I want someone that sees, I want someone that's different, that's opposite to me, that can ground me in that sense. You're going to come to like appreciate these sort of qualities of familiarity and stability and groundedness and earthiness and kind of calmness and commitment. Uh, and because you're going to see that in that environment, that's when you really get to shine and stand out. That's when you get put upon a pedestal and really get taken care of and adorned. Okay. Okay. Last card here says true love, and it says this is the romance of a lifetime. So the next relationship coming in, very serious. You're going to bring that creative passion. And I just see that this person from your past or that you know through friends, family, however this setup is going to happen, is kind of the opposite to you in a lot of ways, but that's what makes it work. And this person's really going to treasure you. Okay. And you're in a great place in life too, because it's like you know exactly what you want by the time you meet this person. That's what that maturity card is about. Okay. You've done a lot of maturing. So, no need to fear anything walking into this relationship. It feels so good. I feel at ease even looking at the cards. So, let's pull out the little love notes and end the reading there. Let's see. Okay, we got 3 that fell out. This one says, slide into my DMs. Yes, I am flirting. And I don't feel the same. Interesting. So yeah, this is going to be someone that you know and have overlooked for a long time. And all of a sudden you're going to be like, wow, I don't feel the same. I used to look at this person and feel nothing or didn't even really notice them. And now it's like all of those feelings have completely changed. I feel like this person is actually, after those messages, it feels like this person's had their eye on you for a while, but they've just always felt like, oh, well, he or she's never been interested in me, so it's whatever. But they've always felt like, well, yeah, if that person was interested in me, I would totally go for it. They haven't stressed over it, okay? They're not stalkerish or anything. But they've always looked at you and considered you attractive and this and that. It doesn't feel like you have, but you're coming to that now. And the flirting is from them is definitely very subtle because, like I said, they're a slower paced sort of energy. So you have to be very discerning and very good at picking up on details to be able to tell when they're even flirting. Okay, they wouldn't be described as a flirtatious person. They try to flirt, but it doesn't come across that way all the time. And with the slide into the DMs, that may be where, so you all are going to be set up somehow through somebody, but the first conversations and contact with one another could be through social media. Like, hey, my aunt, told me that I should write you. She's been wanting to set us up. This is weird, right? But I figured I'd reach out. Something like that, where you'll start talking kind of online and then meet up in person at some point. But this is going to be a fantastic relationship, and you're going to feel really taken care of by this person. And you're going to feel like you finally got it right. It's going to feel like an aha moment. Like, this is the type of relationship I've been needing. This is why this other stuff hasn't been working out. I've been looking for the wrong things. And so it's all going to fit into place for you here. So congratulations on you and this beautiful, stable relationship coming in your near future. Don't forget to comment below and let me know kind of, I don't know who this is, because it's someone that you kind of know of at least. Who did it sound like to you? What's your mind kind of saying? I would love to know. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Go ahead and get yourself comfy. I forgot to mention this at the beginning of my video, so I'm mentioning it here. I have my vintage pouch with me today. I've used this in a couple of other love readings. This is from the 70s. It's my mom's. She met my dad in high school, and they would send little notes back and forth to each other. She had them stored in here and wanted to give this to me as a keepsake. But I have cut up my own little love notes and placed them in here. So we will use these at the end of the reading to get more of an idea, like how this person feels about you, what they think about you, what they love about you, all of that. So we'll pull those out at the end. Let's start with looking at your card topper. You all chose the sweet pea flower. So cute. It says blissful pleasure. And the quote is by Joseph Campbell, and it says, "Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors where there were only walls." Interesting. All right, let's start with the die, and then we'll get into the cards. All right, we have a Gemini in the 12th house with Mars. So Mars and Gemini in the 12th. And then we have two die, just regular die, that have the number 6. 6 has been a theme in all of these readings. It's so interesting because the 6th house is about where we are of service to others. It's about health as well, and just kind of like increasing our responsibilities. It's interesting that it keeps coming up in love life. Now, 12th house is about our subconscious and our privacy. It's about isolation too, and spirituality as well. And with Mars and Gemini, it feels like there is a lot of action and healing taking place around your subconscious through this relationship or shortly before you enter this relationship with this other person. This other person feels quite Aries-like with that Mars energy. They feel like a go-getter and quite aggressive and masculine even. Very much get things done sort of energy. And it almost feels like their energy just cleans house, like cleans your subconscious out. Interesting. Their parents could even, with that 6th house energy, this person's parents could be in some sort of healing industry, like a psychologist or something like that. Because, I'm not going to say any more until I get into the rest of the cards, but I'm picking up on a few things here. Let's start with the tarot, okay? So this is from my Love Tarot deck. And actually all the oracles here today are specifically for love readings, which is why I'm using them. Okay. Oh, wow. So from the love deck, you have the Ace of Cups, which is like your cup is overflowing. This represents like a brand new relationship entering your life. Beautiful. So this feels fresh and new, at least an emotional rejuvenation of something. Interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. Then we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. Okay, and then we have the King of Cups. Holy crap, you guys. More water energy. Wow. Okay, this is a match made in heaven. This is destined. Your next relationship is destined. It's like a perfect union. We have the Ace of Cups and the King and Queen of Cups. In fact, through this relationship, you could be creating new life or something new, a creative endeavor, like a business or a child, for example. Let's look at our last two tarot. Okay, we have the Strength card. This is Leo energy. And then we have 10 of Swords. This is that Gemini 12th house energy that came up in the die. Something is being killed off through this relationship. It feels like this is going to be cleansing out some things from your past, from childhood, and your own sort of subconscious. And it could even be through this person's parents that you become quite healed. Like I was mentioning, their parents could be psychologists or, something like that. Because you're going to be healing. It's like you're going to be healing your own inner child through this relationship. And you're going to be reframing some things about what you think about marriage, what it means. I don't know. Even like getting in touch with what you think about yourself. Are you a good person? Are you not? Do you deserve love? Do you not? Something here is going to be healing that through this person. I feel like they will be a water sign, but they could also, Leos come up a lot in today's readings as well. And Gemini is here too. They feel very balanced and very mature. This other person does. This person is someone who is faithful and has learned how to manage their passions and their risks with their commitments and their stability. Because there's a theme here. Again, I don't know if it's coming from your own childhood or from past relationships, but there's a theme here around infidelity and like insecurity in faithfulness in a relationship that is going to be healed through this new relationship coming in, the next one coming in. But let's get into the rest of the oracles and I can expand on that for you. We have the connection. How sweet. I love that card. So sweet. Then we have the mediator and Zelda Fitzgerald. Okay, on the mediator card, it says, a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Yeah, this person feels like you, I'm going to say childhood, doesn't have to be, it could be previous relationships. You yourself were imbalanced, or the people you were with were imbalanced, or the relationships you witnessed were imbalanced, where there may have been people who were like workaholics, where everything went into work and family was discarded, or people who were very driven by their passions and their urges and may have fallen into like infidelity, for example, without taking into account how this was going to affect their commitments, their relationship commitments, their home life. Something like that. And this person's, it's almost like you up to this point have believed, well, everyone gives in to this imbalance in one way or another. Like there's no way to avoid it. Everyone's imbalanced. Relationships are always imbalanced. So I can't really trust. This person's going to show you that's not the case. They're going to heal that, because this is going to be a person who, really manages their day-to-day life extremely well, manages their responsibilities and commitments well, is very emotionally available, but also knows how to push through and toughen up through things. They definitely won't be scared by anything you throw at them. In fact, it feels like in the beginning of this relationship, you're going to try very hard to push this person away. You're going to show this person the ugliest parts of yourself, because subconsciously you're going to want them to reject you or run away so that you can confirm the beliefs you already have in your head to be true. It's something in psychology called cognitive dissonance, where the things that we were brought up believing by an early age, it's more comfortable to know that those are true than to shake up our perspective on our world by being proven that they're not true. I hope that makes sense. So what happens is, as we get older and we get in relationships or start creating a life for ourselves, we will follow the same paths that we've already believed in because of that comfortability of cognitive dissonance. I feel like that makes no sense the way that I worded it. I don't know how else to explain it, but it feels like that's what you're going to do. It's like you actually do, deep down, you do want to be with this person. You have fallen in love with them, but part of you is like, no, this person couldn't love you, or relationships are always, screwed up. They never work out. So it's almost like you show this person the worst parts of you, expecting that they're definitely going to walk away and leave, and then see, I proved it to myself. See, relationships don't work. See, no one really does want to love me. That's what you're going to think is going to happen. And then they're going to show you that they still want you, that they're still coming back, that you didn't scare them off, that they don't care what you have to throw at them. They love you, and that's it. And it's going to like blow your whole mind. Like, wait, what? I didn't scare you off? You still want to hang out with me? It's really cute. Kind of reminds me of like, I guess it's like what we see in a typical like rom-com sort of movie, but that definitely feels like that's what's going on here. Okay, the Zelda Fitzgerald card says, you'll only be bored if you are boring. Life always needs a little drama and lots of dancing. Think only of today. Why worry about tomorrow? Very much your energy. Very much. Some of this, you feel like a very dynamic sort of person. And the thing is, you need a life that is stimulating. When your life is not stimulating, because you come from such a creative energy, both of your parents were very creative as well. I'll be interested to know how they use this energy, because in your family line, there's this very creative energy, and if it's not used properly, if it's suppressed or not used, it comes out in very negative ways, because there's something in you that can't stand to be bored. So if life is boring, you may subconsciously, without realizing it, create chaos just for your own stimulation. And your parents could have done this as well. The healthy way to manage this energy is to have a creative outlet create and craft a life that's very interesting and stimulating in a healthy way. And you'll notice that when you do that, or when people in your family do that, the toxicity and the chaos just goes away without anyone really trying. It just happens. You need a life that's interesting and stimulating. And that's what your parents needed as well. So it's time to take away these ideas that you have about love and marriage, because they're not true. You can't blanket statement things like that. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense right now, don't worry about it, because this relationship is going to be showing you all of these things. I guess your guides and angels are trying to give you a preview into this thought process, maybe to help you out when this relationship comes in. But yeah, you need a life that's interesting and stimulating. So don't hold anything against yourself for maybe mistakes that you made in your past when your life wasn't interesting and stimulating. And maybe you created some chaos, or you made that mistake. Perhaps it was other people in your life, your family, for example, that did this to you. Like, relinquish that and let it all go, because none of it came from a place of maliciousness. It came from a suppression of your own needs. Okay. But now you're maturing. You are breaking through barriers. You're shifting your perspective. All that's going to wash away with it. You're learning how to create a life that's emotionally fulfilling for you. And that's going to change the game. And this person is so perfect for you in this sense, because they understand all of this somehow. Maybe through the way they were raised, I'm not sure, or just their natural energy. But yeah, they get this, and they're going to be showing you that that they're not scared at whatever you have to throw at them. They're not scared of it. They're here for whatever, for all of you. You know, they love you for you, and you can't push them away. Okay. All right. Let's look at the last row of cards here. We have the square, which says the challenge. Ooh, then we have the honeymoon card. Healing family issues. Yes, big theme in this reading. As well as a change, and it's card number 9. Okay, so the square. This is an astrology deck. A square in a natal chart it creates an element of tension in your life. But it's an uncomfortable tension that makes you want to fix something or change something. You're meant to actually learn through the challenge of a square. It's not supposed to defeat you, and it's not supposed to feel like overwhelmingly painful. It's like just enough where it's like, okay, I want to figure out how to get rid of this itch or get rid of this pain. But it is a challenge. And as soon as you kind of learn whatever you need to learn to overcome that pain, it goes away. It says here on the card, creates tension, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, struggles, works out, or reconciles. And that's going to be the energy of this relationship. There is going to be a back and forth for a while. And I'm actually really glad you're here at this reading, because I feel like for those of you that really soak in this message, the process is going to be a lot easier for you, because there is a subconscious part of you that wants to sabotage this and wants to destroy it. And that's simply not going to happen. So you might as well save yourself the time and the trouble of that, and just accept that this person really is here to love you, and that you're not going to get burned by this relationship, and that maybe your ideas of relationships are solely based on 2 people in your life, mom and dad. How can you base your entire view on relationships just by those 2 people? Something needs to shift and be cleansed, and it's going to through this person, because they feel very emotionally wise and mature. On the honeymoon card, it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And on the healing family issues, it says, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Absolutely. And then we have the change card, and it has a 9 at the top. And 9th house is about foreign travel, long distance travel. So foreign languages, even college. So yeah, it feels like this person definitely comes from a very different background to you, perhaps even a very different culture than yours, different religion, different country, different race, something different. And that's going to be key in being able to challenge and release these old thought patterns of yours. This person's really going to open your mind to some things, but you're going to feel like a bigger person after this. I think you've lived your life feeling small in a lot of ways, and it's because of these old beliefs. after you meet this person and experience this relationship, you're just going to feel a lot more powerful than you did before. So this is going to be a very significant, very important relationship in your life. I think for most of you, this is the one. This is the end all be all. This is the person you're supposed to marry and create a family and a life with. But a very important, significant relationship, and this person's energy feels very gentle. Um, they have that Mars there, which is all about taking action on things, um, and being aggressive about what they want out of life. They're definitely that. They have that sort of healthy masculinity, but they're also the least malicious person you'll ever meet. This isn't a person who will insult you when they are angry. This isn't a person who seeks revenge on others. This is a very gentle, good person that knows how to get things done and knows what they want. So great energy. And I'm really looking forward to you all being able to experience this type of healing in our relationship, because it's going to be very significant for you. It's going to change a lot. Okay, before I forget, I want to get out the love notes, see what your partner has to say about you, what they think about you. Let's see. Okay. 4 came out for you. 3 have been coming out. Ooh. It says, I daydream about you. Social media stalking. I love your eyes. As well as, I'm not ready. This is you, okay? You don't feel ready for this because it's a lot of growth and a lot of change all at once. So clearly you have beautiful eyes, or this person thinks so, and that will be probably one of the very first compliments that they give you, is going to be how obsessed they are with your eyes. With the social media stalking, this could be someone that you are coming into contact with right now, okay? You've already kind of started something with, there's something there already, okay? That's the main message I'm getting from that. Or there could be some sort of, I don't know, it feels like you already kind of know this person, okay, on some sort of level, maybe just purely from online. But this person knows, it's like almost like whenever on your first date with this person, they're gonna know, oh, this is the person I want to be with, this is the person I want to marry, or whatever. They're gonna be very certain of that, and you're gonna be the one that's like, what? No, come on, we don't know each other, you don't know me. Like, no. Okay, you're gonna do the kind of, you're gonna try and push them away. It could be someone from a past relationship that you've already pushed away before, and they're going to show you that they'd be willing to give it a second chance. They want you to come back around again. So it'll be a little bit different just because there's so many people that pick this pile, but definitely into you. You can definitely trust them, and it's time to start trusting in love as well. Okay, it's time for a change. All right. I love you all. Leave me a comment below if you'd like, and let me know a little bit more about yourself and what you're looking forward to in regards to this relationship, your next relationship coming in. And I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Okay, love you. Bye. Hi, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Let's get into this, see what your next relationship's going to be like. So far, they've all been very different. I did forget to mention this at the beginning of my video, so I'm going to now. I have my little vintage romance pouch with me, as I like to call it. This is my mom's. It's from the 70s. Her and my dad met in high school, and she had stored all their little love notes in here and given it to me as a keepsake. I cut out my own little love clippings. Okay, so we'll pull some of these at the end of the reading to get some very specific messages about how this significant other feels about you and your relationship. So let's start with the card topper you all chose, which is my favorite, the yellow rose. I love yellow roses. So sweet, so beautiful. Giving me some Aquarius vibes here with this friendship energy. The card says enthusiasm and friendship. And the quote at the bottom says, a single rose can be my garden, a single friend, my world. So it definitely, yeah, I'm getting those Aquarius vibes. There's going to be a very deep friendship at the base of this next relationship. So it could be someone that you considered a friend for a long time, and then all of a sudden it blossoms into something very different. Someone you're close with, though. Let's roll the die and see. Okay, we have number 2 and number 3 from just my standard die. And then from the astrological die, we have the moon in Virgo in the 6th house. The 6th house has come up in every pile today, which just blows my mind. 6th house is about service to others, our responsibilities, our health, our day-to-day work life. And Virgo, which came up in the die, rules the 6th house. And then we have the moon there. Moon is about our emotions. So yeah, this could be someone that you meet through school or college or at work, and something blossoms from there, because the 2nd house, which came up, is about our money, how we earn money and our finances. And then the 3rd house is about our immediate community. It's about high school too, and siblings and neighborhood and that type of thing. So I guess we'll start with the tarot. Now, all the decks I chose today are specifically for love and relationships, which is why I decided to work with them. So I'm excited to see what comes up. We'll start with my love tarot. I have one card from this. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. That's fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's look at the regular tarot. Oh, wow. Okay, we have the High Priestess. She's got the moon there at her feet, which corresponds with the moon die that came up. This is Pisces and Cancer energy. Then we have 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, as well as the Star. Okay, the Star is ruled by Aquarius, and I was getting Aquarius vibes with that initial card. So that's good confirmation. We have 2 major arcana here, you guys. And yeah, okay, look, there's a man in one card and a woman in another, and both of them are kind of tending to their bushes of money. So yeah, it feels like you work with this person, or I don't know, maybe you guys both own businesses and that's what brings you together or connects you, or you meet through school, like you're both kind of studying and working on your degrees, for example, but that's how you meet, okay? And this person has a similar purpose to you. So you guys are actually connected through the commonality of your life purpose. What you want to achieve in your life really aligns. You guys both have like these very big dreams that are kind of out there, and you don't really know people in your life that think quite the same as you. So when you meet this person, it's like, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I dreamed about. And that's kind of what unites the both of you. So yeah, it's going to have, even if you guys are romantically attracted from the very beginning, and it's not just this friendship thing, what keeps you both together is that friendship. You guys are the type of couple that could literally talk for hours to one another. You talk way more than most couples do. It's like you know everything about one another. Conversations are very easily had. There's just a lot of commonality in your values and the way you perceive the world, which the 3rd house and the 2nd house talk about. Very similar value systems and perceptions about things. And this does feel divinely connected with that High Priestess energy. It's like you're going to feel like you know each other before you even know each other. It's going to feel very familiar. And it could have to do with a past life connection. If not, it's just like this, you guys are so similar to one another that it feels familiar. Okay, let's look at this second row here. We have the yin and yang, as well as the trickster, Pablo Picasso, and we have the moon again, you guys. 3 cards here, well, 2 cards and a die, all signifying the moon, our emotions and our intuition. The moon's about our intuition. So with that yin and yang card, yeah, things feel very easily balanced with the both of you. There's not going to be a lot of pull between the 2 of you or friction. Things feel pretty easy, okay? The relationship feels easy because it feels like for you 2, God has you both together for a very specific life purpose. The challenge is that life purpose, achieving that big purpose. So it's almost like God wanted to make sure that the relationship itself was quite harmonious because you have a lot to tackle out in the world. You guys have a big vision for the world and what you need to do in it. So the relationship really needs to be solid and sturdy because in a lot of ways it feels like you 2 can only rely on each other. Okay. So a very instant connection and easiness with this person. I wouldn't be surprised if you both very quickly kind of move in together, like start taking very big steps very quickly, because it's just going to feel so natural. Okay. Now, the trickster card says transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And that feels like the both of you together. I even see the swirling on the jacket here, which reminds me of the swirling in the yin and yang card. It's like you guys together, that's how it gets accomplished, whatever this is, this business venture, or maybe some sort of nonprofit type of thing, or a channel or a company. I don't know. It's something that has to be done together, though, for it to work. And it's going to be something that defies convention. You two really think very similarly, and you have these ideas about the world that are very different from the average person. And you're meant to do something with those. It could even be something political, for example. It's like you guys are a force to be reckoned with when together as one. And you're going to change a lot of people's minds about things too, even through the relationship. You know, this could be a same-sex relationship, or a relationship with a very large age gap, something that defies convention in a lot of ways. You know, maybe, I don't know, it's something that goes against the grain somehow, that people are going to say, really, that works? That relationship, that actually works out? And you guys are going to be like, yeah, actually it does work out. Like, even through just existing, you guys are changing people's values and perceptions on life. Okay, Pablo Picasso. It says, make seduction the greatest work of art. Begin all affairs with good intentions. And remember, it's not age, it's experience. Yeah, so there could definitely be an age gap. And that could be kind of what defies the convention here. But I don't want you to doubt it. There will be something that may make you like doubt how you're feeling about this person. Maybe because of what other people say in the beginning. They'll be like, oh, that's never going to work. This, you know, there's a big age gap, or you guys are from, I don't know, something that's going to make you think, am I crazy? Is this really like meant to be, or am I just being silly? No, it is meant to be. There's something here that defies convention in this new relationship, okay? But it's meant to be. So very interesting. You could even meet this person through, like, I don't know, like maybe this person used to be a boss at your job, for example. Maybe they were above you in some way, and that's why this is so anti-conventional. I'm trying to think of other examples, but yeah, it feels like, I don't know, but it's meant to be, and there's a big purpose you all have. You're the first couple in these piles that actually has a unified purpose together, and that's a very important thing. Some people refer to this as like twin flame sort of energy, which is two people who are very similar or identical, I guess, and unite on Earth for a big purpose to help out humanity in some way. I've heard people describe it as that, but there is something big here that you're supposed to accomplish. And it could just be in changing people's minds and viewpoints. Maybe something related to spirituality or religion that you guys are going to do. You feel like you open people's minds, being in contact with them. You change their minds about things. You change their judgments, outdated beliefs, things like that. Okay. All right, let's look at the last row here. We have attraction and chemistry. Wow. Attraction and chemistry. Oh, and then we have success in love and the main male. Okay. On attraction, it says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And on chemistry, it says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, there's something that really sucks you two together. It does feel like twin flame energy. We have lots of little pairs here, even with the two birds together and the two people sitting here together. You guys can't get away from it. Something's going to pull you in towards this person. And it's going to feel like you both share the same mind, in a sense. You're going to know that your purpose is to be with this person. And then we have the main male, and then on the attraction card, we have the woman. So that main male is making me think of divine masculinity as well, because this life purpose you all have, it does have to do with something masculine, something really in the outside world, placing yourself upon the outside world and making a difference in some way. but this relationship will last decades, if not an entire lifetime, or it's meant to. If you guys can keep each other on track with your purpose. When you are not connected to your life purpose and your life's goals, what you came here to accomplish, you'll notice that that's when you each kind of stray from one another and the relationship starts to fall apart, because you are connected through your values and your goals. Your life purpose is what connects the two of you. So keep that a focus in the relationship. You're very strong together. Okay. You guys are like superheroes together. I would love to know, what is your wanting to do for a living? I would be curious to know. But let's get into our little notes here and see what your significant other would like to say to you. Okay, we got 3. Let's see what came out. Oh. Okay, we have, it's complicated. I'm insecure, as well as we have the same goals. Yes, yes, yes. This sums it up. Okay, so with these, it's complicated. That's just further confirming that there's going to be an age gap here, or something that defies convention with this person, where your relationship will somehow be open to judgment by others simply by what it looks like from the outside. Okay. That's going to complicate things in the beginning. It may complicate it forever. You guys may constantly, for the rest of your lives, be trying to show people that you're a very normal relationship despite what it may look like from the outside. That insecurity card, this has to, you guys both really need each other in order to accomplish this goal, because whatever it is that you're wanting to do with your life, this person also wants that, and this person also believes in it, and they're really the only person in your life that's even on the same page with what you're talking about. When you say, I dream about doing this, I would love to do that. So because they are on the same page with you about those things, it really boosts your confidence and your belief that, yes, this is possible. I can dream this. I can do this. So being in this relationship will make each of you feel more secure, more capable, and more confident in what you want to accomplish in the outside world. And then, of course, with we have the same goals card. Yeah, that's kind of what the whole reading is really wanted to talk about. This next relationship is being brought in to get you to your life purpose. Okay, and it's something big. You guys are definitely big dreamers. There's a deep friendship at the base of this relationship. You guys are going to be able to communicate everything to one another. Great communication here, and very smart scientific minds that both of you have. But a lot of love here, and it's unfortunate that you would have to deal with any judgment from the outside world for whatever reason that it is. It's completely unwarranted. But you guys are here to show the world why that is. And so best of luck to you in this new relationship. Comment below, let me know if it resonated at all. And if there's any other details you want to give me, I would love to know as well. But thank you so much for coming to this reading and allowing me to provide this for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.